That was fabulous. Hey, everybody, how about a hand for Scott Smith and this great band? All right, good morning. We're going to ask you to please silence your cell phones, and then we're going to have you get up and give a big stretch. Come on, everybody, stand up. Reach up toward the stars. Ooh, doesn't that feel good? All right, it's time to sing our opening song. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and...
All right, everybody. Here we go. Come on. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. On your feet, see the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet, see the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, hey, hey. Yeah, yeah. Hey, hey, hey. All right. So, hang on before you sit down, Charles. Come here. So last week, the overwhelming request was what happens next and what happens next. Hang on. You'll have plenty of shots to do that in a minute. Last week, everybody was asking, so what happens next in our process? Well, I'll tell you what happens next. Meet your new associate minister, Reverend Charles Hall. Not fair. He's a crier. Yeah! I told you I was going to blindside you, dude. You're okay. So, yeah, we're in the process. We've basically negotiated the entire contract. He's going to be joining us sometime in January. But last week, after everything that happened, I called him up and I said, you know what? I think I'd really like to have you here this Sunday because people want to know what's happening next. And this man is what's happening next. So I am so glad. So, there you go, babe.
We're so happy. All right, so today we have a little tease before the concert this afternoon at 2. We have Carl Anthony. Please stand. Yes. And so his concert this afternoon is Open My Eyes. And he's going to be doing mantras. He's going to have his lights. We're going to get a little sample of that during our meditation. So go have lunch. Come on back at 2 o'clock and immerse yourself in this man. And he has this new CD. It's out there for sale. He'll be singing some of those songs. So we have our pet ministry today. She has lots of pets. Please go out there and support them. They're baked goods and adopt some pets. I'm sure they'll be coming in here later, so you get
and it's Jenny's birthday, so in honor of Jenny's birthday,
happy
take a
birthday,
pet home today.
Jenny. Happy birthday. All right. And then, child help. Okay, so Sunday, December the 8th at 11 o'clock, they're going to have their Christmas program. If you want to go to that, it's a wonderful thing. The kids put it on. It's out in Beaumont. There'll be people out there signing up. And if you're interested in having a child that's like your special little friend, it would be wonderful. We've done it before, and it's so rewarding, not only for the children, but for those that volunteer and do that. And they'll be outside to answer any questions and for sign up.
All right, I'm
Go
talking
ahead.
about this one.
Okay, all right, you talk about this one.
I love a party. I love to dance. I personally have hired my favorite disc jockey from where I dance every Sunday afternoon downtown at Oscars. He's going to be here to do the DJing of our gala. And we have a lot of tickets available. And this is a fundraiser. Yes, it is a fundraiser. How often do we do fundraisers every year?
Once.
Once. This is it. And it's not that big of a deal. And it's going to be a great party. And Charles and his daughter are going to be there. And his how are we for Julia is going to be there. So we're going to make this a celebration. And I mean, we're going to celebrate Dr. Laura and her doctorate. Dr. Ken Gordon is going to be there from the national office. The meal is going to be catered.
I'll be very sad if you're not there.
The meal is going to be catered by 849 from downtown Palm Springs. This place is transformed into a ballroom like you've never seen before. For those, how many of you were there last year? Hopefully you have your tickets for this year. Buy your tickets for this year. Get your tables. Buy them right away because I really want to see this place packed and us having a great time celebrating. It's going to be an amazing time to celebrate our center and Dr. Laura and Reverend Charles, the whole thing. So please, think about going. It's the only fundraiser we do all year long. We never ask for additional funds, but this is the one time we want to do a fun fundraiser and have you be part of that. So please pick up your tickets today. Ross, are you here? Ross is here somewhere. He'll be here between services, out of the patio. Make sure you see him. Please buy those tickets. I want to have a great time.
Thank you. Yep, do it. All right. And author meet and greet. So we're going to be doing this December 1st on the patio. Some of our people here have written a fabulous book, so go out there and get their autograph and get their books. So that's a great opportunity. We're continuing our toy drive. Thank you for those who have already brought gifts. Remember, new unwrapped toys, and they will be dispersed throughout the valley for those that are in need. And also the food drive. Remember, no frozen turkeys, nothing. We just want non-perishable. That's very generous about the turkeys, but let's just bring non-perishable items for that. I think that's it. So we've got the amazing, the wonderful. Carl, what else have you been up to?
Oh, nothing.
Oh, nothing, yeah. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. So I'll let Carl take over.
All right,
so,
Carl,
all right.
Carl Anthony, he goes all throughout the world, entertaining, and in hospitals, too. He does a lot of work in hospitals and just it's great work. He brings his own spiritual gift to his community and to the world, and so we love him, and you're going to love him, too. Welcome, Carl Anthony, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Oh, my goodness. I put on my black shirt, so I was cool with the band today. You got an amazing music here, don't you? I tell you, what a great energy. I hope that you can join me this afternoon, but I tell you what, I'm just going to stand up here until I see all the whites of your eyes this afternoon. How about that? No, I'm just kidding. let's have some musical experience right now. How about we do that? All right, put your hands like this. I can do anything. Yeah, I hear somebody likes dancing, so we're going to do that. All right. So it goes like this. It goes. Oh, I think I should probably turn on my guitar. All right, let's do this. You're going to go, I can do anything. Try it. I can do anything. You know what we ought to do? Let's all stand up. Let's bring the band in. 1, 2, 3, begin. I can do anything. I can do anything. I can do anything. I can do anything. To the side, clap. Other side, clap. Other side, clap. Look at that person next to you and say, you sound good. If someone tells you it's a waste of time, don't even try it. Don't be fooled, my friend. Believe in you. You can do it. You want the truth. You can do anything. Together, I can do anything. I can do. Bring it down. Anything. I can do. Anything. I can do. Anything. To the side, clap. Other side, clap. Woo! Why don't you go ahead and high five somebody next to you, huh? How will you ever know if you'll succeed unless you try it? You'll never know for yourself until you buy it. You want the truth, you can do anything. Together, I can do anything. I can do anything. I can do anything. I can do anything. Guitar man. Let's give him a big hand. Come on, say I can do anything. I can do anything. I can do anything. I can do anything. Fine. How will you ever know if you'll succeed unless you try it? You'll never know for yourself until you buy it. You want the truth, you can do anything. Come on now. I can do anything. I can do anything. I can do anything. I can do anything. Hey, wait a minute. What we ought to do is say we instead of I, don't you think? All right, you got to come up with a new motion, though. What's it going to be? Here we go. Say we can do anything. We can do anything. We can do anything. We can do anything. Oh! You get good. Have a seat.
Great. He got you going, right? All right, so every week we start out with our mission statements. Let's do that now. Here we go. See that? We're on it. Together, please. We are a dynamic, open, and positive faith community that accepts all religions. Our mission is to awaken you to your divine nature, empowering you to create the life of your dreams. We are changing lives one heart at a time. So now it's time for our power talk. Are you ready? Yeah. And guess who's going to do it? Reverend Charles. Come on up, Reverend Charles. There's your water.
I've got the jar. This is going to be my official water glass.
So let's welcome Reverend Charles, everybody.
First of all, I'm, as the slide says, grateful, humbled, and very excited to be here. When I want to reach for words aren't there. I just pray that you feel my heart more than anything. I'm committed to loving you.
That's the truth. And I want to tell you a little bit about how I got here. I need this thing, don't I? Is it the big one? Yeah. Dr. Ernest Holmes says, we are all called to swing from prayer to performance, from inspiration to action, and from contemplation to accomplishment. Prayer plus contemplation equals inspiration. I've been praying for a while now to find a new home. I was very interested in finding a home, a place first and foremost where I could invest my heart and love. As I said, I am committed to loving you. It's been a prayer that's been dancing on my heart. Number one is to have a home where we could be. Isn't it fun to fall in love? Yeah. I mean, it's excruciating at the same time, but it's the most magnificent thing we can do as human beings is fall in love. I'm interested in falling in love with you, and I'm interested in you falling in love with me, but that's up to you. I know I'm going to do my part. I'm going to show up. I've been praying for this. I've been wanting this. And then the inspiration came to throw my name in the hat for this center. And that was the action. The performance plus the action was for me to submit my information to Dr. Joe and say, I want this. And out of that came this accomplishment. I've heard so many times this weekend, that the universe or the Lord works in mysterious ways, and isn't it true? It's so true. But it's not quite as mysterious when we decide to just look with awe and wonder at what's happening. To look at with awe and wonder about this process and what's happening right now. And that is that we're here together, and we're going to do some amazing things. Over the next 18 months, whatever the amount of time is, where Dr. Joe and I have the opportunity to work together and for me to be mentored by him and for me to bring my unique skill set and my love to this community. We're going to be getting to know each other in so many different and wonderful and unique ways and exposing ourselves to each other and you getting to know me and me getting to know you, and it's going to be such a beautiful ride. And that's where we get to Providence. I love that picture. Dr. Joe and I, we just took it yesterday. Providence always prevail. Providence, the definition of providence, the foreseeing care and guidance of God or nature over the creatures of the earth. We are the creatures of this earth, and that is my prayer for us over this next period of time, that we surrender, absolutely surrender, to the foreseeing care and guidance of God or nature over the creation of the earth, and that is us together as one spiritual family. I'm loving you, and I accept your love as well, and I'm so grateful to be here. God bless you. Thank you.
Yesterday I had the chance to start training with Charles. So we had a little video made because I wanted to show him some of the most important things about being a leader in the center. So could we hit that video for me, please? Elizabeth, am I right? I mean, come on. And one last thing. Elizabeth, you never come up here, but I want you to come up here just for 1 second, please. Please. No. You know, everybody, this woman cares for this center more than, I swear to God, this is her home. She lives here. Yeah, more than William, actually. Yeah, just wait a minute. So it was really important to me to make sure that whoever was chosen as the associate has a wonderful relationship with this person. And so I want you just tell me, what was your instinct about Charles? Tell me about it.
He's all heart, and his character...
Oh, he is one.
Yeah, his character walks into the room before he does. You're just a sweet person, and I know that we are very fortunate to have you. So it's character to me.
There you go. I wanted you to hear that from her. There you go. All right, yeah, because she's an important part of this entire process. Let's take a deep breath in. Now we're going to go to meditation and allow ourselves to move into the service for today, to move into something more great and wonderful that we want to experience in our lives, to be open and receptive to the nature of the universe moving in, around, and through us. So take a deep breath in and sigh on the exhale. We actually sing one of Carl's songs during meditation today. And during meditation, we're going to turn the lights on, correct? Please. Yeah, so we're going to do that. So during meditation, instead of keeping your eyes closed, you can kind of look around to see what it's going to be like this afternoon to be at Charles' mantra service. Carl's. Sorry, Carl's Charles. Sorry, let's take a deep breath in again. No need to figure anything out. No destination to look into or to head toward. But just open your eyes, look around the room. Just allow yourself to become immersed in this amazing thing called spiritual practice, universal intelligence, and divine right action. Show me the way. Show me the way. Your love will light my way. Show me the way. Sing after me, please. Show me the way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Your joy will light my way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Your peace will light my way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Your truth will light my way. And your love will light my way. And your joy will light my way. And your peace will light my way. And your truth will light my way.
So I stand before you today to speak my truth, that I believe in one source of all life. I believe in one God of all creation. And just as that God is the law of all life, so that God is the love of all life as well. For it is through God's loving desire to be more of itself that we have all come to be. And created out of God's love, we are the activity of that love. That is our truth. And nothing can separate us from that truth, because nothing can separate us from our source. And so in this moment, I know that love is the very essence of my being. It is the very breath that breathes my life. And awakening today to a new beginning, I do so with complete confidence and gratitude. Gratitude for this teaching that has shown me that it is through God's law that I conceive my good, but it is through God's love that I receive it. And oh, do I receive my good. I am supported and sustained. I am supplied with all that I need. And I claim just a few of those right now. I claim my perfect health, recognizing that my body is in balance and harmony with everything and everyone around it and within it. And I claim my opulent prosperity, knowing that I live in a universe that is abundant and unlimited and filled with goodness. And I claim my nurturing relationships, knowing that it is the self-love that radiates out to all that comes back to love me even more. I am immersed. I am surrounded in God's love. And I am filled with that knowingness as I move through my day. And I am grateful that it is love that points the way, grateful that it is the law that makes it true. And as I release these words into that law of good, I believe and know that it is done. And it is done unto us as we believe. So I invite you to join me as I affirm these words as we say together. And so it is. Amen.
In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release from a world full of chaos and noise. So I awake in this holy silence. I hear all that has never been said, and right here in this holy silence we find God when we find ourselves. In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release from a world full of chaos and noise. So we awake in this holy silence. We hear all that needs to be said, and right here in this holy silence we find God when we find ourselves. And I find God when I find myself. and you find God, when you find yourself. So take a deep breath in. Let's sing We Are One together. We are one. We are one. I am you, you are me. We are one. And in this unity, we can live in harmony, and peace has come, 'cause we are one. We are one. We are one. I am you, you are me. We are one. And in this unity, we can live in harmony, and peace has come, 'cause we are one. We are one. We are one. I am you, you are me. We are one. And in this unity, we can live in harmony, and peace has come, 'cause we are one. And peace has come, 'cause we are one. Take a deep breath.
Clear runs the water, smooth as sand. Here lies a symbol of a man. We watch the seasons change, yet some things stay the same. Behold, the future is at hand. Although the image of the man has come and gone, we are left to carry on. If he were here, I know the words that he would use. He would say, can you hear me? I have a dream. Will you walk with me? I have a dream. Are you hearing me? I have a dream. Will you sing with me? I have a dream. Across every ocean and within every land, here lives the memory of a man. He spoke of freedom then, and it's worth remembering. It's time we do all we can. Although the image of the man has come and gone, we are left to carry on. If he were here, I know the words he would use. He would say, can you hear me? I have a dream. Will you walk with me? I have a dream. Are you hearing me? I have a dream. Will you sing with me? I have a dream. Can you hear me? Sing with me. I have a dream. Will you walk with me? I have a dream. Are you hearing me? I have a dream. Will you sing with me? Sing with me.
Don't forget, he's got CDs plus a concert today at 2 o'clock, so come back for that concert. So today, CSL's all over the country. What they've been talking about the month of November is spiritual leadership. And so we're going to continue that discussion today, and I look forward to having that about you, because you know what? You look at, some people look at us as spiritual leaders. I'm a spiritual leader, and Reverend Laura, and Reverend Charles, and Reverend Ruth Ann, and our practitioners, and our ministers, we're spiritual leaders. But I think it transcends that. Each one of you are spiritual leaders. Each one of you are spiritual leaders in your homes, in your communities. And I think we need to step forward into our leadership positions, because now more than ever, I think our country is calling us to be spiritual leaders, to not be the followers, but to actually start blazing the trail. These beautiful flowers that you see up here today were from Reverend Marion's memorial service or celebration of life yesterday. And talk about a spiritual leader. Here's a woman who was a flame, yes? She was a fire. She knew how to ignite people. And each one of us, my job is to actually be the match, right? I know people think I'm a flame, but that's another old story. My job for you is to be a match, to light you on fire and then have you go out into the world and start changing your life and the lives of those people around you. But my job isn't to follow you home and sustain you to do that. No, my job is to give you the tools to take your light out into your community. So how do we do that? Today is the day when we awake from our dream of separation. Today I am alive, awake, and aware. Say that with me, please. Today I am alive, awake, and aware. Today is the day I want us to move away from the idea that there is God out there instead of God in here. That the answers are out there in the world waiting to come to us, but recognize that they're actually within us waiting to be revealed. When we get to that place in our consciousness and our awareness where we know that this dream of togetherness, unity, oneness, that knowingness is within us, then things will begin to change. As long as we have an idea that the answer is out there, we're always going to be searching for the right thing out there instead of what's in here. All answers come from within. All answers come from within. Say that with me, please. All answers come from within. As much as we want to think WebMD and Google are going to have us find it, no. All answers come from within. Today I am alive, awake, and aware. Say that with me, please. Today I am alive, awake, and aware. Whenever you take a step forward, things will be disturbed around you. The interesting thing about walking, the mechanics of walking is actually, what do they call it? Controlled falling. Did you know that? The physical mechanics of walking, talk to a physical therapist, it's actually controlled falling. Think about it. If you didn't know it, you didn't have all these things, what's walking but controlled falling? You're not falling, right? It's controlled falling. And when you start moving, things are going to change around you. The second you take that first step, things around you are going to begin to change. Because change is movement, and movement is change. Some people think that jumping up, down is movement forward. If I jump up and down and scream long enough, things are going to change. Anybody? If I complain loud enough and I jump up and down, things are going to start to change. That's not forward movement. That's just wearing out your knees. Right? Are you with me?
Yes.
Change is movement. It requires us. Leadership in your own home, in your own community, may require you to change the way you approach people and conversations and things. And come from a place of awareness and a place from, I want to call it spiritual wellness. That you know, and that we know that you know, and we know that something highest and best is unfolding for us. And we walk in that faith. All progress has resulted in people making different, sometimes unpopular decisions. No matter what kind of leader you are in your home or your community, sometimes you have to make difficult decisions. And they're not popular. And, if you make decisions to be popular, you become a politician. Ooh. On every side, not one side or the other. I'm talking about all of them, right? Hey, look, but when you stand your spiritual ground and you stand on spiritual truth, when you start making decisions from that place, then you know that whatever happens as a result of that is happening by divine right action. Not popularity or ego. Not the need to control other people, but rather to surrender to something greater that's unfolding within you. What is that thing inside of you today? I ask you this question because I want you to help me figure this out for yourself. What is it today that you need to actually take a step on? What is this today that you've been holding back and not surrendering to, but rather you're trying to control and manipulate all the variables around it so you look like you're in control? But really it controls you, and it wakes you up in the morning at 3 o'clock in the morning. Or keeps you up at night, or your intestines bunch up every time you think about it. What is it within you that needs to make this move so you can move forward, understanding that anytime you do that, things are going to be disturbed around you. Things may shake a little bit. But when you're spiritually grounded and making the decision from a place of prayer and meditation and from a place of a spiritual oneness, you don't have to worry about it. There's no second guessing. One of my things that you hear me say this all the time. I'm being divinely guided to those who are divinely guided for my highest and best good. How many times have I said that? 1,000,000? But I'm being divinely guided to those who are divinely guided for my highest and best good. What if we actually walked in that faith? And so we look at every interaction we have with people that we know and people that we meet for the very first time and go, in some way, shape, or form, I have drawn them into my experience. I've been divinely guided to them. Is there something in them that I need to learn from? Or maybe they're there to learn from me. Does that make sense? Yeah. Love that. We must wake out of the sleep of our own delusions in the recognition that we are already in the place we aspire toward. Dr. Holmes said that. We must wake up out of the sleep of our own delusions in the recognition that we are already in that place. How can that be when my life doesn't reflect that in certain areas? How can I say to myself, and how can I read this and believe that to be true when my outward experience, does anybody feel that way? Only 6 of you, really? That's it? 6 of you feel that frustration? I have felt that frustration for 20-some years, ever since I walked into this teaching. How can you tell me everything is okay when I don't feel like it's okay? That's been my most frustrating part of this teaching. You're telling me everything's all right and that's all good. It's all good. It's all God. And I'm going, tell that to my checkbook. Tell that to my physical body. Tell that to my relationship at the time that was falling apart. Tell me when I'm struggling to try to parent my kid and come up with college tuition. Tell me it's all good. Sometimes, but it's interesting. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay, so more of you are in that club, right? More of you are in the greater pain club. I get that. That's a good thing. So what does that mean when you look at your life and you go, I'm already in the place that I'm supposed to be. And I'm like, but where I am sucks. But I have to know one thing, that every time I've ever felt like I was in a situation like that, something happened at the time that it needed to happen, and it moved me into something else. Usually, I would call it when I'm at the end of my rope. Anybody know that feeling? When you finally say, oh my God, how much longer? And the universe says, I'm not telling you. You just need to ride this out. It's all good. No. But I can tell you that sometimes I looked at the most challenging situations in my life and in the world that we face today, and things that are happening in the world around us that have happened in our history in the past. And they brought about certain changes and certain things that happened as a result of the chaos that ensued. Does that make sense? So what I'm actually looking for, I'm already in. I just have to watch. I've already been cast in the play of my life as the lead role. And now, as I'm walking through my script, sometimes I walk into uncomfortable scenes. But a scene ends and a new scene begins. My job is not to create a scene. Do not create a scene that does not exist. Usually my mind is really good at that because some say I'm a little dramatic and over the top, hyperbolic. There's a whole list in this thesaurus for people like me. But when I know that the very thing, what I need, resides within me, and that, Joe, everything in this, like I used to say, nothing lasts forever, it's just for now. Nothing lasts forever, Joe, it's just for now. And in the next moment is my new now. And I keep moving into the newness of now. I have to continue to doing that. And we do that in our own, I want us to do that in our own homes and our own communities that we live in. I want us to think that, I want you to think that you are a spiritual director. Because you are in your own life. Don't lean on a spiritual director to be your spiritual director. You are it. We're just up here teaching you how to be better at it and teaching ourselves how to be better at it. There's not a minister in this room who hasn't done a talk who doesn't do the talk because they need to hear it. Great. It's like paid therapy, though. You didn't think about it. But that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to teach you to be your own spiritual leader. And to be a leader and outside of your homes, where a lot of times we think we have to be silent about it, but no, we could, and I'm not talking about going out and proselytizing, I'm not talking about that, I'm talking about being able to have conversations from the higher ground.
Yes.
Not getting in the ditch and having conversations that are in the ditch. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. And there's this draw into the ditch, isn't there? There's a real draw, because when that energy starts to go around, it's just like a toilet. It's going to just swoop you down. And it is. It's going right in the gutter. It's terrible to go in that energy. But you make a choice to go in it. Perhaps you need to be a spiritual leader and stop that swirling. Stop that spin. Stop going into that place with them. In Hebrews, love it. For our God is a consuming fire. That doesn't mean this fire in hell. No, it just means there's a potential, there's an energy, there's a light, there's a flame. And that universe in which we live is all consuming. It is all a big light and of wisdom. And every one of us gets to ignite that match. It's not up to me to do that. I'd help you do that, but it's up to you when you leave the center to do it. You can't wait till next Sunday. That match has to light up all the time because we're constantly inundated with that. So it's an all-consuming idea that we need to be all consumed by these these igniters, these matches that we carry in our own spiritual tool belt. That we light them up. The hardest time I have is when I'm in the darkness to remember I have a match. Because usually when I'm in the darkness, hey, Laura, you got a match? Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. Hey, Bill, you got a match? Rebecca, you got a match? Lisa, you got a match? I start asking everybody for their matches, thinking that somehow their matches are going to light me up. How many people have been in this teaching forever, and you're still looking at other people for your matches? You have the matches. You have all you need. We've been studying this stuff for years. It's all up there. You just got to put it into practice. We must enter into the spirit of life, into the joy of living, into our own sense of creativity. No one need grow old in attitude if you express your own inner light. You know, look at our beloved Reverend Marion. She was what, 213 years old? Right? I mean, really. And she knew. We always giggled. She was held together by duct tape and a pacemaker. But her character, her strength was never old. When you were in her presence, you were young, you were vibrant, you had light, you were powerful, you were a person of spiritual power. And she brought that when she was 97 years old, and her inner light was shining like she was just a youthful person, giving you all you needed to be fed. So it's a choice to go into old age consciousness, or it's a choice not to. And she was a stellar example of what to do. I don't think in my history of 20-some years, I'm sure she was at times discouraged, but I never heard, Missy, she just never allowed herself to go into that space. What a great spiritual example that we don't have to go there in our minds. And it requires us just to be creative and be in the joy of living. And yes, sometimes the joy of living isn't necessarily the joy of living. I get it. Sometimes it doesn't feel like the joy of living when you have to do the dishes, right? All that stuff. Errands, pay taxes, all that stuff. That's not joyful living, but it brings about joyful living as long as I have the right attitude about it. And that's what's the beauty of that. Enlightenment alone can produce freedom. That's all you need. You just need to accept what, how can I say this without sounding spiritually arrogant? Accept what we teach. Just accept this. Give it a shot. How's that? Why don't you just experiment with the idea that you don't have to be bitter and angry and fearful. And you don't have to be scared of the future. And you don't have to look at it with a sense of apprehension or guilt. What if you could just experiment this week? I'm not telling you to go out and make it a habit. But what if you just gave it a shot and saw yourself as a spiritual leader? And you brought the match into the room. You lit it up. And other people were enlightened as a result. You brought your wisdom and your knowledge and your faith. And even though sometimes that faith may be shaking and your knees may be rocking and you may be going, what the heck am I saying? But down deep you know that it's the truth. Your ego starts to have a conversation to debate the logic of that. But deep down you know that actually is the truth. What if you brought that into the room? So light your fire. We should not see this thing as just a law and a big, bright, brilliant goodness. We should see it as something vibrating with life, passionately urging us to a higher expression and filling our lives with warmth and color. It's not just some stoic light. It's what gives you, all of you. Not just the outsides of you, but the inside, the emotion of you. It fills you with the passion and love. When you move into that place, come on, baby, light your fire. Light your fire this week. Go out there into the world and light your fire. I'm not saying light other people on fire. The temptation could be real to throw your match. No. Light yourself up. And when you do that, other people are going to be drawn to your light. Because in their darkness, they're going to see you as light. And they're going to be drawn to you. And they're going to want what you have. And that's that spiritual confidence. That's that spiritual awareness. Today is the day when we awake from our dream of separation. You are the light. You got a pack of matches. You've always had them inside you. And actually, you have more than a pack. You have unlimited opportunities to light that fire. It's always been inside of you. You just forgot that they were there. You've been looking in a drawer somewhere else for another answer, but it's already within you. Today, I am alive, awake, and aware. Say that with me, please. Today, I am alive, awake, and aware. And so ends your lesson. Thank you, everybody.
All right, at this time, I'd like to call our ushers to please come forward. And those of you that are live streaming, there's a text number there that you can text your offering to support this center. You can always call the center, too. And so as we prepare.
It was like 2/3 of the way through the song.
All right.
3/4.
Let's say our offertory prayer together, please. I offer this gift with joy and gratitude. I receive freely and give freely, knowing the law of circulation is working perfectly in my life and the life of this center.
Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. It's up to me to be thankful. It's up to me to be kind. It's up to me to be grateful. It's up to me. It's up to me. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life.
Good morning. How are you today? Very well. All right, tell everybody your name.
I'm Patty.
Patty, how long have you been coming here?
3 years.
3 years. Well, we're happy you're here, Patty.
Me too.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's just bless. Oh, and here's Annie. Oh, I'm
don't
sorry.
step into me.
I'm sorry, Annie. I didn't see you. All right, let's bless our offering together, please. We bless this collective offering and receive it with gratitude, knowing it is spirit in action. As this currency flows through our center and beyond, it blesses many lives, including my own. All right, please give this to Annie, our chair of our Abundance Committee. Thank you. You can sit down. Thank you for bringing that up. All right, at this time, I'd like to welcome our visitors. If you are here for the first time, please don't be bashful. Please stand. We'd love to welcome you. We have a gift for you. There's Anna. All right, all right. And so what we're giving you is a little card with information. We'd like for you to turn in over at the foyer table there. Pick up, we have what we call our little spiritual tool bag. And there's some little gifts in there, and so please go in there. Are you bringing your little pets through here, Ginny? Don't forget, would all my practitioners and ministers please stand? All right, so they'll be over in the Om room if you need any prayer work. Please stop over there and look at, they got all kinds of baked goodies, and they need blankets. They need blankets and what? And donations. They're trying to get the kennels ready for the winter, so they need food and blankets and financial donations. And so stop out there and take home a little furry friend, all right? All right. So again, those are the practitioners over in the Om room. And don't forget what's going on. Don't forget to come back at 2 o'clock for Carl Anthony's concert, Open My Eyes. And this room will be really dark and all those lights, and it's a wonderful experience to immerse yourself in. All right. Reverend Charles will be out in the line too when you go through to say hi to him. And I'll just do a little closing. So we know that fire is burning deep within us, and it is that one power, that one presence. And it is that expression that wants to come out by means of each and every one of us. So we take that call. Each one of us here is a spiritual leader. We take our consciousness everywhere we go, recognizing our oneness, seeing the perfection through the chaos, knowing that regardless of how something appears or something that we are experiencing, we know that Spirit is leading us and guiding us in the totally perfect right direction at all times, and that our life is unfolding according to this divine plan. So I am so grateful for our wonderful music today, to have Carl Anthony here, for Reverend Charles being now part of our family, our spiritual family, and for Dr. Joe, who leads us in such an amazing way, and for all our practitioners and ministers and our staff that help us each day to get this message out. We just say thank you. So I know that this is the truth. I know all is well. All is unfolding perfectly. And I just let it be. And together we say, and so it is. Amen. Have a wonderful week, everyone.
I expect to live in victory. I expect to live in joy today. I expect the good. I expect the good. I expect I get just what I say. I expect I get just what I pray. I expect to live in joy today. I expect the good. I expect the good. More than enough, I expect to live a life I love. I expect to live in joy today. I expect the good. I expect the good. Always expect the good. Always expect. I expect the good. I expect the good. Always expect the good. Always expect. I expect the good. I expect the good. I expect when things work out for me. I expect to live in victory. I expect to live in joy today. I expect the good. I expect the good. I expect I get just what I say. I expect I get just what I pray. I expect